Now, from the downtown of Northwest Arkansas, in Uptown Rogers, with weather from Bentonville to Fayetteville, Fort Smith, and beyond, here's Oz weather meteorologist, Garrett Lewis.
June 22nd, 2024. What a warm day it's going to be, but what a nice weekend it'll be for us. Temperatures this weekend will reach the mid 90s. The heat index close to 100 or even the low 100s for some of you. Let's take a look at what's causing the heat, what happens next, and when we might actually get some rainfall. What a great weekend to be out at the lake, though, huh? This is a live look out at Beaver Lake, looking west. Now, earlier I was watching some boats here and there. What a beautiful day for the lake. Temperatures are going to be warm and toasty this afternoon. The sun angle's still pretty high as we cruise through summer solstice, so keep that in mind. You're going to get a sunburn pretty darn quick if you're out there for a long period of time. This is the surface chart. Look at the front to the north. Oh, it's so tempting. It just doesn't make it in. It's going to get close, though, tonight and tomorrow morning. It'll kick off some showers, and some of those showers might try to sneak in from the northwest. Doesn't look like a great chance, though. I wouldn't bank on it. The hot weather I'd bank on, though. That high pressure ridge continues to back up across the area. You can really see it here. That front to the north, located right about there, is where the front is. That's nearly stalled. But the bigger story is going to be this high pressure ridge. Now, this high spins clockwise, so we're dealing with a clockwise flow. It's essentially overhead right now. But as the high retreats farther to the west, what we're going to end up seeing is the high anchored across the desert southwest eventually. And that's going to put us back in that northwest flow. Northwest flow is pretty dirty. You get some scattered showers and storms during the overnight period. That's going to be coming up next week as we head into the middle of the week. So I do think there's some rain chances that are in there moving through midweek and the second half of the week. For today, though, that front's just hanging to the north. We've got a few puffy cumulus clouds out there on an otherwise really nice afternoon for Rogers and Fayetteville, as well as Fort Smith. It's just going to be super duper warm, but kind of what you would expect, right, for this time of year. So this is the big weather story. It's this heat ridge that's out there. I'm going to kind of show you how this is playing out here over the next couple of days. So we have that ridge of heat that's building. So here it is. Here's where we are. And I'm talking about this little dome right in the middle of the country, right over Texas. So Arkansas is right there, and Texas is down in here. Let's move through time here. And you can see how this ridge continues to expand and build. Now, see this little trail right here? This is tomorrow morning. That's what I meant by a spotty chance of rain with that weak front and a little bit of upper level winds. Could cruise in on the northwest side of that ridge. It's going to squash it a little bit, but not much. And then that's gone. And then this ridge really builds. You can see that upside down U shape here. This is coming through Tuesday of the week. And then as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, the ridge really starts to get anchored here across parts of New Mexico and Arizona. That puts us in that true northwest flow. So anything that develops up there across Kansas or Nebraska, we're going to be at the end of the gutter. It's going to head our way. Hopefully we'll get some rain chances out of it. But you can see some pulses of energy rotating around that very large thermal death ridge, as it's known in the weather world, that's anchored out there across western Texas. Very common and typical for the month of June, and for the early summer season. Heat index today, this is the warmest. It's about 4 o'clock. It's ugly. It's close to about 105, 106 in Fort Smith. We'll be in the mid 90s, or it feels like 95 or so. I think it could be closer to 100 in some spots in Benton County where we've had recent rainfall. I know there's some spots that still could use some rain. Hey, speaking of rain, there is that small chance with that system. So I'm going to show you what that looks like as far as the data goes. This is a big picture view. And as we move into the overnight, remember that front I was talking about to the north? See these spotty showers trying to develop here? I mean, it's not much, but that stuff's going to try to push in late tonight and early tomorrow morning. I think we do get some clouds in it from it tomorrow morning during the first part of the day, and then as we head into the afternoon, it should fade, and it doesn't look like the rain chances are all that great, but did want to let you know about it. All right, what's next for us? Well, the extended trend, this is for Rogers, shows temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. We don't have a whole lot of variability here. We're going to be fairly warm in the afternoon, typical of June. Lows will be in the 70s. You can see as we get towards the very end of the forecast period there, around close to July 4th, we're still looking at mid 90s. So typical late June, early July weather. Fort Smith area could even break 100 as early as midweek before that front moves in, maybe Tuesday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there. And then, of course, heading into July 4th, we're going to be upwards of the upper 90s. Of course, that's quite a ways out there. And you know how weather is. It changes all the time. And you get that far out, you're kind of in weather voodoo land, and it's not always going to work out the way you think. But this time of year, in late June and early July, it's not that active. So the heat, the humidity, Always something you can bet on here for the next few days. Hopefully, you'll get some rainfall midweek next week from a complex moving in from the northwest. Aside from that, it's looking dry and looking hot. Make it a great weekend, but take care of yourself. The heat index is high. And again, that sun angle, it's high as well. You could lead to a really nasty sunburn. Don't want any of that stuff if you're out there at the lake. Make it a great Saturday. I'll see you back here next time.